I found out last night that my partner of 15 years, has been cheating on me with a coworker I used to work with as well since December. We're married with children, but I said, we're having issues, we're not doing good, and you're staying out late after work. She works nights, and she would always get home around 11:30, started getting home about 2, 3 o'clock. And I knew something was going on. And I told her, you're going to find somebody that's going to tell you what you want to hear while we're having problems. And you're going to go to that person and you're going to make a mistake. I didn't think it would be her admitting that he's been in his bed over a dozen times, naked. My wife! Oh, God!
Same. 15 years, and then she started an affair with her married boss. So glad she left. I hit the gym, got jacked. Now I focusing on me and my little princess. Don't need a cheater in my life. Powerful woman. She's a survivor. She did you a favor. You will be okay, my brother. God's got your back. Men only realize too late when all his woman wants is to feel loved and respected. No amount of money can buy the time she want you to take and make her feel special. You told her clearly you're not going to give her what she needed from you. It was interesting to see how many comments suggested that the only reason she cheated was because he must have done something wrong, as if it was automatically his fault. They believe that a woman can't cheat simply because she chose to, but only because her partner somehow drove her to it. That logic makes no sense, but that's a whole other topic for another day. Being cheated on is always a tough experience, but we have to find strength in those moments. But I believe she may have done him a favor, because if she felt the need to step out, it means the feelings weren't as strong as they should have been. And if she didn't truly care for him the way a partner should, then the relationship wasn't as solid or fulfilling as it could have been. Sometimes it's better to let go and move on. Now the focus should be on healing and working on yourself, and at some point the right woman will come along, someone who values you and is ready for the kind of relationship you deserve. The more time you spend trying to understand why it happened, or wondering what you could have done differently, the more it will weigh on you. She's already gone. That's a fact that can't be changed, and what matters now is how you choose to move forward. So keep your head up and move on.
Am I the asshole for not making my wife choose between me and her affair partner? As soon as I found out, I moved on and filed for divorce. Counseling is not on the table. An open relationship is out. I'm not interested in having anything to do with her again. She tried saying that if I asked her, she would have chose me. Gross. I don't want her. Some of our friends think I should have fought for our marriage. I offer to sleep with them or their wives to see how they feel about the situation then. No one has taken me up on my kind and Christian offer. I'm paying my half of the lease on the apartment. There are 4 months left. In the meantime, I'm going to work and spending my time off at an all-inclusive resort. It's cheaper than getting an apartment for myself. Am I the asshole for not trying to save our marriage?
Was that real?
No. You're not an asshole. The fact that she tried to spin it.
Some people are not living in reality. Did she expect her husband to ask her to choose between him and the man she had an affair with? Seriously? Why would he do that?
Well, was she spinning it or were the friends like...
Both.
Was she mad? She was like...
Yeah, she was like, you're not even fighting for our relationship.
I would have chose you. Then why did you cheat? I have so much respect for this guy. But what friends do you have? I would have chose you, but you didn't. That's why we're here. There is nothing to fight for once you break the trust. Why should he fight for the relationship when she clearly gave up on it?
She tried saying that if I asked her, she would have chose me.
She spoke as if he had been in some kind of competition and that he would have been the winner. But let's assume that's true, that she would have chosen him if he had given her the opportunity. If he was the man she truly wanted, then why did she step outside their marriage? If he was always the one she loved, why did she feel the need to be with someone else? She didn't need to be with another person to realize she loved her husband and wanted to be with him, and that's likely something he's well aware of. He's her husband. He shouldn't have to compete for a place he already holds. The moment she brought someone else into the picture, she was the one who made the choice.
She was like, you're not even fighting for our relationship.
As far as I know, both should do everything they can to save a marriage. You can't bring issues into the relationship and then turn around and blame the other person for not fixing them. He didn't do anything wrong. Did she really expect him to fight for a marriage that she chose to walk away from? And now she's trying to make it look like he's the one who doesn't care. But the reality is that they wouldn't even be in this situation if she hadn't stepped out in the first place. He doesn't have anything to do with the issues they are currently facing. His actions were just a reaction to her choices. That's what needs to be acknowledged. Also, I was honestly surprised that their friends didn't seem to understand his position, but I really appreciated the way he handled them. Hopefully, he takes this experience as a lesson and learns to recognize who his real friends are.
So I had a full-blown affair on my husband. He is still with me. And we decided to start a podcast to talk about it and all that shit and how we worked through it and all of this, right? And I was like, this is going to be great. This is going to be easy. It's not easy and it's not great. I didn't realize that my husband and I had never gone in depth. He didn't even know how it all started. And I'm like, it's like opening Pandora's box, And I know that it needs to be healed and we need to work through all of those things, but it's just it's a lot. It's a lot. Ugh. I think I am made for just prancing around on the internet in lingerie and bathing suits because that's so much easier.
I still can't believe they actually did that, and now I wonder who came up with that brilliant idea. Since it's a sensitive subject for the person who was cheated on, I think she was the one who thought that broadcasting it might somehow help. She had already found a man willing to work through things after the infidelity, and now he was being asked to sit across a table and talk about it publicly. Reality is that although her husband seemed to have moved on, that wound still existed. And the more she talked about what happened, the more she reopened it, almost like she was kicking it. That's likely why it didn't work out as she expected. Talking about it on a podcast was a mistake, because he was already trying his best to leave it in the past so they could both move forward. But she didn't think it was such a big deal. To her, it might have seemed like just another topic of conversation, but as we can see now, she was wrong. It only led to more issues, and her facial expressions say it all.
Hello? What's up? Yeah, she's right here next to me. She's asleep. Today? Yeah, I think I can go over. What do you want me to take? Okay. Yeah. Well, then I'll see you in 2 hours. Alright. Alright, cool. Bye.
Some guys like to play a little too much, and sometimes that can lead to serious issues. The way she laid her head back down, pretending to sleep, says a lot. It wasn't just a reaction. It looked calculated. Based on what she overheard, she already had a plan in mind. She was strategizing how to get back at him for that infidelity, and that kind of mindset can be dangerous. Guys, if you're going to joke or play around like that, make sure you let her know right away that you're not serious, because things can spiral fast. You could easily end up getting cheated on over something that started as a joke. The move she made said it all. She wasn't about to play with him.
Please tell me what goes through your head as a woman when you're messing with a man who's got a girl already. Okay, you might be able to take this man from his girl, but when you get him, what are you going to do with him? What are you going to do with that? A man with those kind of morals? To be honest with you, I won't ever take a guy like that seriously. He's going to do the exact same thing to you what he done to her. Come on, babes. Wake up.
It's not always as black and white as she tried to portray it. Maybe he wasn't happy in that relationship, and that woman happened to cross his path at that exact stage of his life. And as someone who was already thinking about leaving, he didn't waste time and moved on. I'm not saying that's what actually happened, but it's a possibility. Sometimes it feels like people assume men don't have valid reasons to leave, but the reality is that there are guys who are unhappy in their relationship. Some don't feel appreciated or valued the way they should, but they still stick around for the kids or other reasons. In those cases, situations like the one she described can happen. So, if a guy moved on because he was unhappy, there's a likelihood he won't do the same thing again, as long as he feels seen and valued in his next relationship. Hopefully, this helps clarify her doubts.